Hi there. Today I wanted to introduce you to some athletes that you might not have heard of before, but keep your eyes and ears open for them when it comes to Paris 2024. Whenever an Olympic or Paralympic year rolls around, we hear a lot about our own athletes, those athletes that are representing our country. But for some of the athletes in Oceania and the Pacific Island nations, they don't have the same sort of access to facilities or coaching or state-of-the-art equipment that really is required to get the very best out of individual performances at an Olympic or Paralympic Games. But there is a partnership that's been in operation for some years now between the Australian Government's PacificAus Sports program and the Australian Olympic and Paralympic committees. Today I'd like to introduce you to some of those 230 athletes from 13 nations that are benefiting.
I'm Tupola Sewai Ato Plujiski Fongali. I'm a Samoan boxer, looking forward to Paris.
Hi, my name is Saron Firis, a long distance runner from Solomon Island, and I'm looking forward to Paris 2024 Olympics.
Hi, I'm Ellie Enoch and I'm from Vanuatu. I'm taking part in seated shot put and I'm looking forward to compete in Paris.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm from Kiribati. I'm a boxer and I'm looking forward for Paris. Thank you.
I was having a chat to Teresa and I asked her, how many female boxers are there? And she said,
no one, it's only me. Yeah.
Just one. So my next question was, who do you box with?
The boys. Yeah.
So tell me how you got into boxing, why you got into boxing.
It's my favorite sport. Yeah. And for me, I want to be a boxer too. Yeah. To represent my country.
And now you've been in Australia for some months, training, getting ready for Paris. Is it difficult having to train away from home?
Yeah, it's hard. Like I misses my family, my home. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I imagine it's hard. But is there a benefit in being able to access the facilities and training and colleagues to train with? Do you think that will help you when you get to Paris?
Yeah, it helped me a lot, yeah.
So, Ellie, welcome. Tell me a little bit about how you got involved in sport to begin with.
Thank you. Well, I started sport in 2017. I involved myself the Pacific mini games back in Vanuatu, and after my accident in 2009, I just stayed home. I didn't do anything. Then I started working with the One Small Back Theatre group. They approached me, and we advocate for the rights of people with disability around Vanuatu. We advocate for the rights for people with disability, and that's when the Oceania Paralympic Committee, they have a program. Krishnan went around the islands of the Pacific and taking, involving the disabilities in Vanuatu to take part in sport, and that's when they introduced me to the sport.
Now, I heard that just this week you had a nice surprise. You've been fitted with a new prosthetic. How did that come about? And how important is that?
Yes, it's a moment that it's a very to be honest, it's an emotional moment, and I'm just happy. I'm just so happy, and that artificial leg will help me to move around, and even will help me to take part in sport. Maybe because every time maybe I rely on many people to help me, but with that I can do things on my own, and I'm so grateful and I'm so happy for the Pacific Australian sport that they helped me, and they helped my coaches, and I also went to the training camps and improving myself as well in sport. The training camps, they really helped me in my sport career, and that's when they see the potential in me and they help me with the prosthetic. It's like after 13 years without a leg, and it's like a baby started. It's like a baby that started working at 1 year or 8 months.
So were you in a wheelchair before that?
No, first time I was just using the crutches, just crutches for 13 years. Then after 13 years, then it's a bit very tough. Like working with the leg, it's a bit difficult, but I know that I will get through. Maybe I'll be standing by myself with the leg, and I'm just so happy and grateful having great person in my life.
You know, we should explain a little bit about why we are chuckling, okay? Because it's not usual. Like for able-bodied people like me, it sounds really funny to say, yeah, it's really hard to walk with a leg.
Yeah, that's really
because
true.
it's a completely different perspective, right?
Yes.
And so you're right. It's like being a baby all over again and learning to do something very new.
Yes.
Yeah. So also, what about this, the Paralympic experience? Have you competed at a Paralympics before?
I've never competed in a Paralympic before. This is like one of my goals now, that I really wanted to take part in the Paralympics. So I'm still going for more competitions so that I can take part in the Paralympic.
Yeah. And how do you imagine Paris will be?
Well, maybe it will be a highlight for me again, or maybe a different thing in my life again, because I think like this is the biggest events. Like every athletes, they're looking forward to these events, especially like Commonwealth and the Paris. But last time I've been representing Vanuatu, and it was a very emotional privilege for me to be the flag bearer in the opening ceremony at the Commonwealth, and for the Paralympic, I'm looking forward. I'm very, very looking forward for that event, and I'm just waiting to see what will happen there.
Atto, tell me about qualification and what that experience was like as you prepare for your second Olympic Games.
Yeah, qualifications was great, especially in Solomon Islands. Having all the Pacifica people support me, especially in the games, was a big achievement for me and a big blessing. Never had that kind of crowd with me, because they heard that all the Australians have qualified except for the one bloke that fought me. So it was great, and having the whole crowd behind me was awesome. Yeah.
How did you get into boxing? How long have you been doing it?
I started very young. I started at 5 years old, just doing it for fun, boxing, and then I decided to take boxing on seriously at 14 years old, and yeah, I've continued ever since. I started off boxing at 14 because I was a bullied kid as well. So yeah, I was a obese kid, 120 kilos, and yeah, I just wanted to lose the weight, and I lost the weight and started fighting, and then fell in love with it. Haven't stopped.
And you're not bullied anymore?
Nah.
You know, sadly, that's a common story, isn't it? You know, that people get into sport because for whatever reason they had been bullied. But you talked about the support of the crowd in the Solomon Islands, you know, cheering on this athlete from Samoa. What does it feel like? Because we know that the Oceania countries often face many more hurdles in just getting to events, in trying to qualify and having the support that they need. So how important is it, you know, when other countries and other governments step up and kind of help out?
I think it's very important, especially for the smaller nations. Yeah, because we have the right athletes and the right fits and everything. We just don't have the financial support, especially in Samoa. because I relate to Samoa, because I see it over there. There's many great athletes, and unfortunately we don't have the finance to take them to big tournaments and all these other games. I'm just lucky that I have good family and good support right in Australia.
Do you think that will start to change? Like, you're a role model now for other athletes in Samoa, and do you see that through the attention that you can bring and the work that you do and the representation that you make, that will help to foster more support in Samoa for other athletes who have the same dream as you?
That's actually the goal. Like, I want Samoa to be big for boxing, and I want the name of Samoa and the flag to fly high, of course, for Samoa. So that's the goal, is to promote Samoa and Samoa boxing and bring it up, and hopefully one day be a coach for Samoa as well.
Well, it's my great pleasure to introduce you to Sharon from the Solomon Islands. Sharon, you've actually already competed in 2 Olympic Games. You still have qualification ahead of you for Paris. What does qualification involve? What do you still have to do?
Well, I need to run one more half marathon, which is coming up in April 27 in Ballarat. Yeah, so I'm looking forward for that race.
Yeah, you've been there before, competed there before. You said it was very cold.
Yes, I've twice competing in the 15 kilometer around the lake. So I've known there it's really cold compared to Melbourne where I live. Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about your Olympic experience already, because heading into a 3rd Games, I mean, you're a veteran at the Olympics, because so many people, don't even get the opportunity to represent at 1. If you've been to 1, it's really good, but heading to a 3rd, what is it about the Olympics that keeps you coming back?
Well, because it's all about the IOC scholarship that really keeps motivating me and help me in financial side, especially coming from the Pacific, which is really hard to do training and to manage the family, but through the support from the IOC, that really keeps me motivated and continue until now.
And so how does that actually work? Like, what does it contribute to? Does it buy you plane tickets? Does it get you accommodation? Does it get you coaching? What is it that you get?
Well, it includes all of the package I said, where I go to train. So mainly I came to Melbourne and do training under good qualifying coaches, Leslie Grimes and Trevor Vincent, and Commonwealth steeple gold medalist in 1964. So that really keeps me motivated by them, as well as I was doing that training, and it helps me financially side to help my family back at home as well.
Every time I speak to an athlete from one of the Oceania or Pacifica countries, I hear the same story, and I've seen it myself at different sporting events around the world, different world championships. The number of athletes who have incredible abilities but lack the resources to be able to get to this level. When you look around the facilities and the finances and the structures and the things that are in place in a country like Australia or many of the other countries that you travel to, can you imagine what it would be like in the Solomon Islands and all of these other countries if they had the same sorts of facilities and access and support? Would we be seeing many more athletes from countries like yours?
Of course, yes. If we got the facilities and we got the funds to support those activities or the programs that in sport, definitely we would create more new athletes in the future time.
And how important do you think that would be? Like, how important has sport been to you? And why would it be good for other young people from the Solomons to be involved in the same way?
Well, like for me in education level, it doesn't matter. Sport can bring you to anywhere. So through sport, I build my home, I build my house out from that money. The IOC helped me through my training career and in my sport. So I manage it well and I build a home and I got a living for myself. Yeah, so which is really helpful in sorts of ways in financial as well.
Have you marched in the opening and closing ceremonies before?
Of course, yes, in the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games, in the Pacific Games, and yeah.
And what is that moment like? Is that one of the proudest moments in an athlete's career?
Of course, yes. It is the proudest moment when you walk, especially in Commonwealth and the Olympics. For me, it's a joy out of a joy that comes out from me, yeah.
And so have you considered what that's going to be like in Paris? Because it's a very different kind of opening ceremony along the Seine River.
Well, I've never been to Paris, but I've heard and seen in videos and TV about France. Well, every different countries that have opening ceremony in different games, it always new. Everything, always something new coming out from that country. So, well, I'm looking forward for that.
And every athlete has a dream. What is your dream?
Well, every athlete have different dreams, but the only aim is to reach the Olympic as an athlete. Yeah.
And you've done it twice. You've got another one coming. I wish you every success in Belarus.
Thank you so much for having me here.